y'all heard that hip-hop was dead out here in Texas. I guess you ain't get the memo.
Look, it's K.A. beat, man.
We bringing that real shit back. Put your cups up and let's have a toast.
Here's the good music. We probably have to force them just to distribute it. Mainstream polluted, change I refuse it. I know this shit bound to start a movement. This the new Houston. Here's the good music. We probably have to force them just to distribute it. Mainstream polluted, change I refuse it. I know this shit bound to start a movement. This the new Houston. I'm contemplating as the sweet burn. Everybody singing and dancing, now it's the streets turn. Arsonist on track, I set the spark and let the beat burn. Most niggas claiming that they hold and be the least burned. This the new Houston, better make way. This the new Houston, better make way. This the new Houston, better make way. You can't do shit but witness what's finna take place.
But it's all good. But it's all good. Realizing the realism of life, and actually it ain't half bad. I'm putting yin and yang in the same bag. I got another story to tell, so gather round as I open up my thoughts and tell you what's. No Picasso, me and my nigga Grant up at the Rothko, surrounded by apostles, artists, and people fall from your definition of normal, cause they live with definition, searching for more to grow and better their position.
What's going on, everybody? Bayou City Reviews back at you one time here. Rhino, Bizzle, Double, talking about your boy Anti Lilly and Phonik today. Stories from the brass section. Phoniks is on the production end, and Anti is the spitter. Most recent work?
Yeah. Submission as well.
Submission as well, and the most recent.
Very strong supporter.
Okay, good deal. Anybody want to kick it off?
I'll kick it off.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Overall, I liked it. Well, considering I had no idea who this dude was,
Okay, me neither.
Going into it, I was pleasantly surprised because it sounded like nothing like we covered. It gave me a Boondocks soundtrack feel to it, really, with the jazzy kind of, brass section.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh yeah, I liked it too. But here's the problem. Let me get the negative out of the way. To me, the production stole the show. Because I was like, this shit is so amazing.
I can understand why.
That I really wasn't. Well, it stole the show, and it made me think to myself, how would Anti sound without this type of production? Because this is, and it's a project of nothing but that sound. He didn't give you a different sound, so it made me wonder, like, because he has that whole spoken word poetry type of flow that it sounds good on something like this, but it made me think, well, how would he sound on anything else? Just walking away from.
He might. That's a hard.
Yeah, but
he might not ever spit on something else. Like Joey Badass type. He gonna stick to that fucking style, and that's what you're gonna come to him for.
I think he would still do good on other production that sounded similar to that. But I think, if I'm not mistaken here, every single song had the horns in it or something from that brass section. But so. You know, I mean, there's beats like that without the horns and shit in it. That's similar production that doesn't have to be all jazzy horns. I'm just saying there's other production out there. So yeah, I think it would still.
But I'm just saying, I mean, that's fine. I'm just talking about walking away from the project. It made me wonder how would he fare on something else. Okay. Because, like I said about Goonies, when you weren't here for the Goonies flip, like I said with producer and Stun Doja, I feel like the production with Goonies unorthodox style went hand in hand. Yeah. I don't feel like this was hand in hand. I felt that they were joint, but it was unevenly joined to where I feel like Phoniks production carried. But just speaking about the MC himself, walking away from it, I feel like he kind of told his story. He introduced us to who Anti Lilly was. And I could kind of dig that. You know, even from the beginning, he gave you a generalized view and explanation of who he was, and then going from track to track to track, he gave you a little different aspect of who he was. So none of the songs really felt like they were the same, and I appreciated that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people they'll tell you who they are, and as they go on through the mixtape, the songs tend to repeat. You know.
Okay.
But, that's overall view as far as I got from it.
Man, I really don't even know how I feel about it. Well, y'all know I'm not a real big boom bap person. It's really not my.
It's boom bap, by the way.
Boom, what I say?
You always say pap.
Oh, boom bap, same shit. It really ain't my type of shit. I respect the project and respect him as an artist though. I feel like he just kind of just plugged in and told you what was on his mind that day. I didn't really get I guess a format all that much. I just feel like he was just this how I feel today, boom. And it's next song. I really can't explain it. But overall I thought it was cool. He gave an explanation, one that I was really having trouble trying to explain during the Rob Gillette review. I kept saying he uses rap as like a fucking vice kind of deal. I was trying to explain it. He explained it as rap is therapeutic for him because he pretty much plugs in and give it to you like that. That's a better way of trying to explain what I was trying to say about Rob Gillette. Is he treats rap as a therapeutic release to get whatever the fuck he's going through out. But thank you for that explanation. That helped a lot. I like the Blue Dream. I thought that was cool. That was a nice little cut.
Man,
that was my least favorite.
For real?
Is that the one with the sample of the? Because I don't want to play it to mess it up. But one of the beats on here, I've either heard or have.
Yes, that's it. You know where you heard that from? Mucho Caliente.
Yeah.
That's where you heard that from.
Yeah.
Yep. That's Mucho Caliente. I don't know what the sample is, but that's where you heard that from.
That was on Mucho?
Yeah.
It's like the first song. It's the very first song on Mucho.
Because I was like, hey, I either got this beat somewhere, or heard it on YouTube, or I've heard it on a project. Okay, that would make sense because it sounds familiar.
I think A1 goes in. I think he can spit, but I feel like his audio sounded like he was spitting through a phone, like C Murder on that one track. He was rapping over the phone. Yeah,
because I put in my notes that A1. I was like, nah, I can't fuck with him.
I just remember the audio being bad.
My favorite song on here was the Rothko, and this is how you know this dude from Houston, because the Rothko is actually a chapel over there by St. Thomas. And it's one of those chapels where it's like non-denomination. Everybody just goes in there and everybody gets along and stuff. But also inside the chapel there's art and music and stuff going on in there. So when he was spitting about it, like, I go here and it's a place where people who are looked at or viewed differently from society, for certain reasons. It gave me a understanding, because his stories really ain't that different from anybody else's. Didn't have a daddy, and he's a rapping and gets high and contemplates. But when he started talking about that, I was like, see, that's a narrative that I've never heard before, as far as spirituality is concerned. And
I can see that. Like you said, I can see him being one that goes subsurface. I don't know, you quote that on somebody else, but I can see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can actually see him being that in-depth person.
As a rapper, though.
Yeah.
I'm saying as a rapper, I don't walk away from this thinking, yo, Anti killed this. I walked away thinking, I mean, it was cool, but it was still kind of like, it wasn't anything crazy.
See, that's why I can understand why somebody would say the production stole the show. Now, I don't necessarily agree. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a pretty equal compliment.
I can dig it.
And let me go ahead and throw that out there. I love the concept of that. I do like that boom bap sound and shit.
Me too.
And whatever. And I thought the title, just stories from that type of feel and how you express that. I I liked it a lot. But yes, as a rapper, I liked listening to him. You know what I'm saying? But there's nothing that made me go, man, this dude smashed the shit out of this.
Let me ask you a question.
But it wasn't bad.
What's memorable about this album?
The Pay Homage interlude.
See, let me go into the point. The production.
Exactly. When you walk away from this, you're like, yo, Phoniks killed this bitch.
Yeah.
Because to me, a lot of times like I said, he has that whole flow.
Wow.
But he shows a little cleverness when he says like, I talking to his pastors like, you need to call your father. Instead of praying, he actually goes and tries to call his father, his actual father, and then get no response from him. So I was like, okay.
Is that the one where the song starts off like conversations with my father and?
That's the very first
that
song.
Is the okay.
That's the blue and green. Yeah. That's the blue and green.
Okay.
So I like. Okay, so he went from blue and green into respiration, where he was saying he doesn't want to be like anyone else. So I can respect what he's doing. He's introducing himself, going into it and making a statement saying he doesn't want to be like anyone else, but he also says that he's going to tell the same narrative. He actually says it himself. Don't compare me to anyone else, but it's the same story that's been told. Which I was like, see, I almost got the feeling.
Being a realist though.
I know.
He can't say nothing different that ain't nobody else gonna
exactly. Say. So now I want to see how you say it. What else do you have to offer besides your story? Because as we always say, you go through these, you hear the same thing over and over again. But what else makes you different? That's why I like Rothko. That's why I like One Fortune Until.
I
like those because it shows the creativity. I don't know what you got to do to be creative. It's up to you as an artist.
That one a lot.
You know, and I like the interlude that he had when you was talking about
that shit was dope.
That shit was dope.
I was a little upset at one point. I thought he was giving too much love to the East, but he threw some South in there.
But you hear that all throughout this though. So I mean, if you want to be true and
and especially with boom bap, everything else. I mean, he's probably gonna be a little bit more influenced by that because where it came from, and so I mean, a lot of the clips you find on that is going.
Yeah, I mean that's expected. That's why I mean I'm a little appreciative that he did throw a little, you know what I'm saying, Houston in there.
Yeah. And damn, as much of a problem as I didn't have with him as a rapper, you're right. It's not necessarily memorable rap.
No, it's not.
But I think he complimented the production as well as the production complimented him. You know what I'm saying? But I am, I guess, maybe a little more biased to that production.
You know why I don't agree with what you're saying? Because when he put that Smokers interlude on there after Blue, whatever it was, the Smokers interlude, Blue Dream. When he put this the Smoker interlude after that production itself was just crazy, and I could just listen to that.
It was dope.
I mean, it was so. When I wasn't listening to the production, thinking to myself like, where's Anti? That lets me know that to me the production was stronger than the MC.
And that's what I can understand.
But he didn't embarrass himself. I don't want to say like he embarrassed himself on the mic, because one thing I can't say about him though, while he's not acrobatic or anything like that, I don't think there's anything spectacular or memorable about him as a rapper. I didn't hear the same song twice.
Right.
In his concepts, he gave you different concepts on each and every song.
Yeah, it was very thought-provoking.
Well, it wasn't really thought-provoking. It made me think about
it. Not maybe on our end. I'm saying him.
Well, I'm sure. Well,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, he just put a lot of thought into each and every.
I go into it assuming everybody puts a lot of thought into this stuff. But I'm saying when I walk away from the project, it doesn't make me think. Like Expressive.
I got you.
How I learned it made me think. Even though Express didn't answer a lot of the questions I was hoping he would answer, he still made me think about certain stuff, and I expressed it during the review. This is not the feeling I get from this. I walk away from this saying like Anti Lilly told you about Anti Lilly. But it's the same thing I say about other people though. Like I said about I can't remember. Well, I've told you this before a lot of times. When rappers talk about themselves, a lot of people are not that interesting to where they can make a whole project about themselves and then be that captivating.
Yeah.
That's why the production itself is super important to this. Because if that production didn't hold a lot of weight, I would have probably walked away from this thinking, well, what makes Anti Lilly any different from anyone else? I mean, he smokes to, you know.
I understand.
He had an ex. Okay, great. He didn't have a father. All right. Welcome to the black culture.
I understand your point on that, but I don't know. To me, it just came like that's kind of a knock to you, right? Like when you only talk about yourself and your story.
No. I'm just saying, if you're going to do it, which I respect anybody who, if you're going to talk reality rap and not try to get on some bullshit, you're probably going to talk about yourself, right, which is cool. I'm just saying that when I listen to what he has to say, he's no different. His story is no different from what anybody else has said.
So you're saying if you're going to tell your story, you better do it in a damn creative way.
That, or have some crazy production that makes you stand out, or have a different type of cadence, which he does, so he stands out in that way. But we're talking about listening to what someone else is saying. It's not bad, but it's nothing different. I've heard it before.
Gotcha.
Great. You know? So I'm over it now. You know?
Well,
are you looking forward to seeing another project?
I'm just, you know why? Not even to hear what he has to say, just to see where he goes from this. That's what I want to hear. Because to me, he set the bar for himself so high that if he doesn't work with Phoniks, and let me tell you, let me say something about Phoniks real quick. I didn't feel like any of the beats sounded the same. So that lets me know that Phoniks is a very talented producer. Oh, yeah. Because if you're going to work with the brass section, it's very easy if you don't know what you're doing to sound the same on every track, like someone else that we're going to get to.
Yeah, like Phoniks is now, that especially that I've heard this, he's now up there with me to Donnie Houston.
He's from Minnesota or Massachusetts or whatever.
What's the other? Donnie Houston.
Rockaway?
No.
Gluck and
maybe him. God damn it, I can't put a finger on it. Anyway, he's like, he to me is now in the category with them, which is wow. Like on the production.
See, man, I wasn't just wow like that.
But you don't fuck with the boom bap like that.
I would say maybe because it's the samples he used from every fucking popular ass.
That's true.
That's
very true.
What's so fucking amazing about it?
But fucking samples aside. Take the samples out of it. Mm-hmm. You talking about vocal samples?
No, we're talking about the samples from the beats.
The brass.
Oh, okay.
They use every popular fucking song of that little era.
But have you heard it before though?
You still gotta be able to
have.
On the whole project?
Yeah, the whole project of it?
As far as beats, yeah.
But for what Anti wanted to do, stories from a brass section.
I thought
he did a pretty good job though.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I've heard similar or damn like pretty much similar fucking beats. But if to the point it's not
right. So we're saying, have you heard a whole project of those beats?
Like that?
Start to finish that incorporated the brass in with the boom bap.
Because everybody, well not everybody. If you think about it, what sample have you not really heard over and over again?
Yeah. I mean, especially when it comes to that. I mean, like,
especially when it comes to everything.
And like you're putting it out for the masses, I mean, so to speak, or whatever. So I mean, you're gonna do, you know, more than what appeals to them and what they recognize. You know what I'm saying? But I thought it was good.
I'm not knocking. I
thought it was a good incorporation of boom bap and the brass shit. I thought it was cool.
I don't think everybody can wreck this though. I don't think everybody can wreck this type of production. That's what makes it stand out. Like you have to be a certain type of rapper. I can see Anti. I can see Envy Hunter. I can see Express, those type of rappers on this type of production and really do it justice. You know what I mean? Actually do it justice. Yep. Representation grade.
Representation, I wouldn't say so. Just at least not. Nah, I would say not yet. But I just based off this style, for like I said, it's not for me. So I won't be too happy just because it's not my style of rap.
Right.
Grade, I give him a C+. It's not bad. It's not mine. It's a little bit above average.
I'm not mad at that.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
that's harsh, but I feel it. I feel what you're saying.
I mean, I can understand people liking it. It's just not for me. Yeah. That's why I'm not gonna fail it or give it a bad grade. A C is not a bad grade. It's just it's not for me.
And you said C plus too, so you think it's more.
Yeah, it's just
climbing.
It's not for me. I respect him as an artist. It's just not my kind of hip hop.
I feel.
Representation, no, but I mean, even though I like him and I like the production and I like how he mixes with that production, I don't think it's a representation face sort of style of rap. Even as much as I like it.
That's a good way to put it.
And on the grade, I think I would at least go B plus. You know what I'm saying? If not A minus. You know what I'm saying? But again, I feel more that type of shit a little more. So so the production did it a whole lot to me, which would maybe put him in the A minus. But due to the fact that like I can't tell you a bar. Right now necessarily. So maybe that would drop him to a B plus.
That's because he's a content.
Right. Well, yeah, which is not a big deal. So, but yeah, so B plus to A minus, man.
Representation, nope. For the same, for the exact same things y'all said though. You know, if he happens to be the biggest rapper come out of Houston, I almost would have some kind of regard to it because I feel like there are those like Envy Hunter and Express that are on this type of note that I think should be there above him.
And have a little more.
Yeah.
Have a little more of that.
Especially someone like Envy Hunter. But
yeah, for sure.
But a lot of people are not fucking with Envy though, to me. Grade, I was gonna think about a C plus. But here's the reason why I'm not gonna give it a C range. It's because I don't think I heard one damn hook on this song. And I liked it.
On the album?
I mean, I'm sorry, yeah, on a project. And it lets me know that there's nothing gimmick about it.
Yeah.
He's very content driven. So for that sake,
damn, oddly enough, I didn't even think.
I'm gonna give him a B plus, man, because I can fuck with that. I can fuck with him just going there and being him, and he wasn't trying to catch nobody's attention or anything like that. He just did his thing.
Also another good point.
Yeah, so while it doesn't have a high replay value to me, it's a good project. It's not anything that I'd be like, yo, you need to check out Anti. It's good though.
And actually, to me, but again, kind of proves your point a little more. To me, it has replay value, but because of that sound and that feel. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got a damn problem with what he's saying. He ain't nowhere near a whack rapper. But the reason it has as much, or like more replay value than it would, is because of how much I like that sound.
I'm not mad at it. And that's words.
That's it, man. I'm definitely looking forward. Like you said, would you be looking forward to the next project? I'm definitely looking forward to it.
I want to see
glad I got hip to this Phoniks dude. So there we go.
Check him out. See what he got going. Listen to it for yourself.
Yeah.
See what you think.
Me, man, I'm definitely looking forward to hearing the next project from him. I want to see where he goes from here because this was so good.
Sure.
I almost feel like he's gonna let me down his next one.
I understand.
For sure.
Bayou City,
he's repping that East, by the way.
Bayou City Reviews, Anti Lilly and Phonik, Stories from the Brass section.
Subscribe, like, comment, follow, all that. He's smoking purple. I'm drinking purple. There's no squares in the fucking circle.
What? I'm a square.
Yeah, true that.
Damn, I've been stressing this L's and Nick. Split it and feel it, I'm still smoking. Put it in the air, airing my feelings in the open. Switches and Phillies just really be the only ones that be riding with me. No easy waters, I'm just taking it easy, getting higher, time is slowing. Singing is bad for my health, and niggas dying every day. And I don't think it's nothing wrong with really trying to fly away. I'm focused on finding my way. I'm aligned with my faith, but shit, I gotta wait. Had a blue dream that I was with a white lady and her husband just died. I broke her down. Okay. As I reflect, all respect to those who break their neck to keep their goals in check. I'm focused, shit. My tunnel vision been a little tinted, shaded by visions of things I tried to forget. Now I'm forced to remember how it all fell down. Even the sound of you telling me you no longer want me around, I guess it came full circle. You got the worst of my virtues, wanted you down but I was always high. Couldn't reach me when you really needed me, no matter how much you tried to touch the sky.